Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are here to talk about a new powder foundation by One Size by Patrick Starr. This is the Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation. This little guy is $33 at Sephora or on the One Size site. It is a medium to full coverage soft matte 12-hour wear. It promises, as I said, for $33. It can be applied in a kind of medium, lightish to medium coverage, or can become a full coverage to full coverage. Say if you're on stage, it can almost be used like a stage makeup product, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I also in this video want to compare it to, we have to the Fenty powder, which is a $36 product, so there's a $3 difference there. This guy can be, and so we'll compare them, and I'll talk about my feelings since I love them both. I have been a little late to the game with Patrick Starr. Some of his products I watched at the very beginning. I love him, by the way, and I love his style. And I have watched from the very beginning, and some of the products I held off on, and then I heard amazing things about his powders. And I tried his loose powder. I even bought it in a darker shade to use as a bronzer, and I really loved it. His loose powder people rave about, and in my estimation, they are correct to rave about it. So when I heard he had a powder foundation, I thought, Patrick Starr powder, I'm going to try it. And I loved, it is no secret that I loved the Fenty powder foundation. So Patrick Starr got me. Now I had some trouble, and I'll show you in the demo, choosing a shade. And as you see, you're seeing kind of the finished look now. I am definitely a bronzier version of myself. I have been playing with this, wearing it off and on for the past few days, so this will not be a first impression. I definitely have some thoughts, most of them very, very good. I do like this product. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it. We're going to talk about how to wear it and the various ways to do it. I want to show you what I did today and show you how I chose a shade, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts as well, so do stick around. Okay, let's get started. I have nothing on my face but some liquid concealer, which we'll talk about in a moment when we talk about application techniques. But I do want to talk a little bit also about shades. Some of you out there are light, medium, neutrals like I am, or you've seen other videos of mine and you know that you tend to go a shade above or a shade under. So let me just tell you how I chose mine and what works. I know I'm a neutral, and I know I'm light medium. If there's ever any light medium neutral, it's almost like they used me as the fit model for it. I didn't have that choice here. I had kind of light neutral and medium neutral. So I grabbed both. I am the medium neutral, and I'll show you that in a moment. But let me just show you how it works, and I'll show you also compared with my 210 Fenty, because if you are around that, I thought maybe you could use that as well. Let me just show you first. Everyone knows this trick. I'm not teaching you anything that you haven't heard, but you basically just want to make a stripe on your face and make sure it doesn't stand out. You really shouldn't see the stripe, or you shouldn't see it as much. And a lot of people go here, and you don't really want to use your arm. Look at the difference between my arm and my face. They're different colors, okay? So that's not what we want to use. Let me show you the incorrect light neutral 2 of One Size, which I will be returning. Believe it or not, with a lot of bronzer, I could probably make it work, but it is not the right shade. And we'll take care of this in a minute. I'll get it off. But if you just look at me making a line of it, I could make that work, but do you see how it's very obvious on my skin? Especially, compare it, I'm going to put a stripe right next to it of the medium 1 neutral, and I want you to see this. The medium 1 neutral does go a bit darker. I agree, and you're going to say, Rebecca, I see both. Yes, but when this one is blended, you're not going to see it a little bit more. I could probably do this one, but look, if I get you close, that is still coming off like a powder. Now, it could be used under the eyes, although Patrick Starr says that he uses a rosier, lighter shade under the eyes, and this is not a rosier, lighter shade. it's a neutral shade, but we can try it. Now let me just also show you the Fenty in 210, which is a perfect color for me, in case you are around that. So here's the Fenty 210. I'm gonna make that the third stripe. That is the best color really for me. That's showing. Okay, so this is Fenty 210. This is Patrick Starr, one size I should say, and that is the medium 1 neutral, and this is the light neutral, and the Fenty is kind of in the middle of the two of them. So this is more of a summer shade. Maybe I should keep this, and I would love for you guys to weigh in, to do under my eyes. In fact, let's get a little eye brush and see what we think of that, because that could be kind of fun. Okay, I've taken all that off of my face. We are going to try, I'm just had the idea right now, frankly guys, we are gonna try the medium all over the face, and then we are going to, for the first time, I've been playing with the medium, but we're gonna try the lighter shade under the eyes. That will be the first time I've tried that. I'll put away the Fenty, I know that works and I know I love it. I'm also going to give you some ideas. I have been playing with this for a few days, so this is not a first impression. Now, I like a light to medium coverage. I am finding that I no longer like super, super, super light. Like the Fenty tint that they just came out with, I actually didn't like. I need a bit more coverage, but I don't like a heavy coverage. So for me, I will be applying this the same way that I apply the Fenty, which is with a fluffy but dense natural haired brush. Now you can use, if you use natural hair brushes like I do, I hope you do, you can use either an undyed goat hair or dyed goat hair or a combination, because this is powder. Patrick Starr applies his concealer first, which is a bit new to me. I see why he does it. Liquid concealer, powder over, makes sense. I have always applied even the liquid concealer over with my Fenty powder. So I will have to try the way he does it, because it does make sense with my Fenty. And we're gonna do light coverage. Now, you can, if you want, you could go in with a sponge, you could go like this one that came with the Fenty, kind of like a flat sponge, and then you can get it on for more coverage if you have hyperpigmentation. And just like with the Fenty powder, of course, this isn't new to any powder, if you really want full coverage, you can go ahead and put on a liquid foundation and then powder over it with this, and then even use a flat sponge if you have any areas of hyperpigmentation, and you will get really full coverage. That's not what I'm looking for here. I am going to go in with my medium 1, neutral, which you saw was a tad bit dark for me, but works. And I am using a Rephr 24 brush, and I am just going to show you what I'm going to do. I am just going in here and just placing this on the face lightly and gently. I have been playing with this. I'm going to go down the neck. So this is not a first impression, but what actually will be a first impression for me is going ahead and using the lighter shade underneath the eye. So that will be a first. And then I'll come back and talk to you about, this definitely bronzes me up. As you see, it's a little bit warm for me for a neutral, but I mean, for a summer coming up, I think it'll actually be really pretty. And like I said, now I'm really toying with keeping the lighter shade either for the winter, which it's never the winter here in California, and I'm going over this, it is very buildable. Remember, I've been playing with this, and so it is very buildable. And again, I'm just using a fluffy brush. My concealer is already on, and again, I see that. Liquid concealer powder over the top, makes sense. Let's try this lighter shade underneath the eyes and see what we think. And let's see if I get some sort of raccoon eye from it. Or if we think it, I'm using it all over the eye, I'm just kind of setting my eye with it. I really do like his powders. What do you guys think? What about around redness on the nose? This is not color correcting. Like I said, Patrick himself uses a lighter, rosier shade. This is a lighter neutral shade, so I'm not exactly doing it right, but I think, I'm kind of looking in my mirror here, I'm not trying to ignore you guys, I think I kind of like it. Okay, I am going to finish my makeup look now that we've tried that, and I'll do a whole rest of my face, and then let's talk about my thoughts, because I've been playing with this, and what I think you guys will think as well. Stay right there. Okay, we're back, and I have a lot to say. I have been playing with this for a few days. First time, as I told you, that I've used the lighter shade under the eyes, I actually kind of like it. I had some shade trouble. like I probably should have gone into the store. It's hard because you can't try anything on. This works, but it's kind of the bronzed version of me. I did put some contour and bronzer, the Wayne Goss, over it today. I haven't the other days because I've kind of thought, don't think I need any bronzer. This is like the tan Rebecca version. So it's a little darker than I would normally go, but for summer I think it's fun. I think it builds very, very well. No matter how many layers I put on, I still felt good about it. Today, also for the first time, I put some liquid highlighter, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter over the top, and it is fine over the powder. But I've also used powder highlighters. It plays well with everything. And when I put on the liquid and kind of blended it in, it didn't remove any of the powder. The more I put on, the better it looks from far away. So if you get up really close to me, you can kind of see I have powder on my face. I'm okay with it because I do have powder on my face. I don't really get that from the Fenty. I think if I had to choose one product, this is an excellent one. I think I still kind of prefer the Fenty, to be honest. But I think in a way, this is almost a kind of a fuller coverage look. And I do think it's beautiful. Again, up close, and I'll zoom you in. You can see that I'm wearing powder on my face, but I am, so I'm okay with it. It's extremely comfortable. I think it's extremely pretty, and I think I have not tried the really over-the-top, amazing, almost stage makeup way that Patrick Starrr recommends that you can wear it. I bet it would be amazing for that. That's just not my thing. But have I enjoyed playing with it these past few days? Yes. Did it wear well? Does it wear for the 12 hours it promises? I've worn it for about 8 and had no trouble with it. I get a little bit lines right here. That is very common for me. I'm not expecting miracles from a foundation. So I always, with every foundation, have to kind of take my fingers right there and I get a little red. This doesn't show the redness as much, and it might just be the color. Today I also used the lighter shade on the nose area, and I kind of like that. So I'm kind of thinking of keeping both. I'm in between. I am always a neutral. Maybe in this foundation I wouldn't have been, but I think I can work with it actually. And I think it's a really pretty buildable, wearable powder foundation as far as powder foundations go. His powder, it seems to be another good powder from him. I will say, however, if you are deciding between, during the Sephora sale, if you are deciding between this one size powder foundation and the Fenty powder foundation, I prefer the Fenty, but I like this one a lot, and I have been playing with it, and I like it. Did you try both? Are you choosing between the two? What did you think of my little shade issues that I was having that I showed you on my face? Geez, I would love to know what you guys think. Do drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did. And if you haven't already done so, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and help me build this community. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.